The poem Continuum by Currow is a poem about the writer himself and how he has got insomnia due to his lack of ideas for a quality poetic piece. The poem begins, "The moon rose over the roof and falls behind my house, and the moon does neither of these things. I am talking about myself." So, first of all, we have the straight away a metaphor. The moon rolls over the house. It's almost a sort of personification by giving the moon the ability to roll, because it's a surreal idea. The moon cannot literally roll. The poet soon realises this and indicates this. He is half asleep and trying to escape his problem. This highlights how he is alone and he is looking at the only thing in the sky to accompany him in his battle to find poetic greatness. It's not possible to get off to sleep, or the subject, or the planet, nor to think thoughts. Better barefoot it out the front. So here we've got the use of a tricolon, or, and then nor, slight difference, but it's still a tricolon. And this highlights how he's confused. He's sending a very long detailed list, or the subject, or the planet, nor the think of thoughts. So these don't really all lie together and work together, these points. But here, the poet is struggling to get his ideas down for a poetry, but in fact he's making poetry. So it's a great contradiction, this poem. Better barefooted out the front. He better read quicker. So it makes us as a reader read quicker to jolt the poet out of the surreal world, so he can make sound points in his art. He wishes to be outside so he can wake up as his body will realise the dangers of the open world. Better barefoot out the front is the last line. Then we have a great injunction to the next line, the next stanza. Better barefoot out the front door and lean from the porch across the privets and the palms into the washed out creation, a dark place with two particular. So here we've got this enjambment just to lead on. So we have better barefooted out the front. And then the start of the next stanza is door and lean for the porch across the privets. It wouldn't work without the enjambment. So it's detailing the obstacles that he faces in his mind, in his washed out creation, his empty mind. A dark place with two particular bright clouds dusted query. He leaves himself a little note. So he's leaving himself a writer's note to coming back, but it works in the poem. By the moon, one's mine, the other's an adversary, which may depend on the wind or something. So this is ambiguous, mysterious, and questioning. He doesn't know what's quite going on. Is he talking about a second mind, or is he talking about a competitor that he has to make such a beautiful poem? So, due to the writer's note query, it shows that this is still a working piece. So he's published a work in progress. A long moment stretches, the next one is on time, not uncountably the chill of the planking underfoot. In the throat for this part, the night sky empties the whole of its contents down, turn on a bare heel, close the door behind. So there's not much really going on here, it's just his conscience talking and what's going on. The most important line here is, on the author, cringing demiurge who picks up his litter and his tools and paces me back to bed stealthily in step. So this can be inferred in two ways, in a positive way or in a bad way. It can be that he can finally get to sleep as he's found the poetic idea, or he's so frustrated, he's cringing demiurge, he's uncomfortable, that he can't face it anymore and has no other way of avoiding it other than sleeping.